You can't let the past define you. You're raising those two kids, and they'll follow your example. When O.J. Simpson died, his estate was valued at $3 million. His children inherited jewelry crafted from his ashes, but his daughter later revealed something far more haunting. In private conversations that leaked to the press, not in court, she spoke of the harassment, control, and terror Nicole endured. She also shared what O.J. told his children about the night in 1994 when two people were murdered. Her words contradict his claims of innocence and continue to shadow his legacy. O.J. Simpson was born on July 9, 1947, in one of San Francisco's roughest housing projects, where violence and poverty were everyday realities. His father, Jimmy, worked as a hospital porter but carried a secret that shattered the family. When O.J. was 5, Jimmy abandoned them. Years later, it was revealed he was a closeted gay man who died of AIDS in 1986. O.J.'s mother, Eunice, worked exhausting shifts at UCSF Medical Center for just $1.25 an hour. Their cramped apartment had no heat, broken windows patched with cardboard, and frequent power outages lasting weeks. At age 2, O.J. developed rickets due to malnutrition from lack of milk. His legs bowed severely, and doctors feared he might never walk. But Eunice refused to give up. She fashioned leg braces from bent wire hangers wrapped in torn bedsheets. For 3 painful years, he wore them. Neighborhood kids mocked him, calling him names and ridiculing his gait. Yet by age 8, he stunned everyone by outrunning the very boys who had taunted him about. At 13, O.J. joined a gang called the Persian Warriors, deeply involved in the local drug trade. His initiation required stealing something worth at least $100. On March 15, 1961, he robbed a liquor store with a switchblade and was arrested just 3 blocks away. The officer recalled O.J. laughing, as if it were a game. Eunice pawned her wedding ring to bail him out. He was sentenced to community service, cleaning graffiti, including some he had sprayed himself. Later, he was caught selling stolen car radios and sent to a juvenile detention center overcrowded with over 800 youths. His cellmate later died in Vietnam. That summer of 1962 marked a turning point. Baseball legend Willie Mays visited the facility and told O.J., "You can steal bases instead of cars, kid." The words stuck. Mays signed a baseball with the inscription, "Run toward your dreams." O.J. kept it for 35 years before selling it to cover legal fees. Academically, he struggled. His GPA was 1.7. He skipped classes relentlessly, missing 127 of 180 school days in 1 year, and failed English and math. His SAT score was a mere 690 out of 1,600. But on the football field, he transformed. At City College of San Francisco, he rushed for 1,453 yards in just 9 games. In one unforgettable performance, he ran for 367 yards and 5 touchdowns. Colleges soon pursued him. USC coach John McKay allegedly offered $10,000 to O.J.'s mother to secure him. At USC, he didn't practice in the spring yet dominated from day one. He vomited before every game but played like a superstar. In 1968, despite a badly sprained ankle, he ran for 64 yards to help defeat UCLA. That season, he recorded 1,880 rushing yards, 23 touchdowns, and won the Heisman Trophy with 835 of 1,050 first-place votes, an unprecedented margin. Off the field, trouble brewed. In 1967, he fought at a nightclub after a racist remark. USC and the media hushed it up. He lived in a luxury apartment funded by boosters, dated actresses, associated with drug dealers, and fathered a child with a student. The school allegedly paid $50,000 to conceal it. His roommate said O.J. kept a loaded gun and had ties to illegal betting. His grades were fabricated, graduate students wrote his papers, and others took his exams for $500 each. His transcript was altered repeatedly to maintain eligibility. He never earned a degree but walked at graduation in 1969. Selected as the first overall pick in the 1969 NFL Draft, he signed a then-record $650,000 contract. He resisted playing in Buffalo, holding out for 32 days until the owner offered a car dealership and other perks. He demanded control of his marketing deals, which later earned him millions. In his rookie year, he clashed with coaches, refused plays, and rushed for only 697 yards. he considered quitting. The 1970 season was worse, 488 yards, as the Bills suffered. O.J. drank heavily, once missing the team bus after passing out drunk. He admitted consuming a bottle of whiskey nightly. In one game, he played intoxicated and argued with his coach. At 23, he nearly retired. In 1971, he tore a knee ligament in preseason but hit it, paying a private doctor for cortisone shots. He ran for 156 yards while limping. Afterward, his knee was so swollen he couldn't climb stairs. The injury never fully healed, plaguing his career. He received over 200 cortisone shots from 1971 to 1979. Change came in 1972 when coach Lou Saban took over. Learning O.J. lived alone on microwave meals, Saban took him to dinners, arranged social outings, and set up double dates. When O.J. threatened to leave, Saban facilitated a meeting with the owner, securing a 5-year, $2.5 million contract with a no-trade clause. The offense was rebuilt around him. On December 16, 1973, O.J. achieved the impossible, rushing for over 2,000 yards in a 14-game season, finishing with 2,003. No one had done it before. On December 23 against the Steelers, a blizzard brought 40 miles per hour winds, 12-degree temperatures, and 3-foot snow drifts. Coaches shoveled snow to reveal yard lines. Still, O.J. ran for 157 yards on 28 carries. He averaged 143 yards per game, a historic mark, especially in a shorter season. His resilience shone on October 14, 1973, against the Colts. A brutal hit dislocated his shoulder, tore ligaments, and separated his AC joint in the first quarter. Trainers popped it back and gave him painkillers, Darvon, Butazolidine, cortisone. He returned, carried 39 times for 168 yards, and scored twice using his injured arm to stiff-arm a defender on his final touchdown. He blacked out from pain but kept going. The team doctor called it the most courageous act in his 15 years. O.J. missed no practices and played the next game in a harness. Team tensions persisted. In November 1973, furious over standard cleats instead of custom ones, he threw his helmet, stormed the coach's office, and threatened to sit out the final 4 games. He demanded custom pads, specific tape, and a personal equipment manager. The GM called him a prima donna. A shouting match ensued before the owner intervened. Despite leading the Bills to 9-5 in Racing Time magazine, O.J. felt undervalued that year. Legal trouble loomed. On September 8, 1973, hotel worker Carmen Rodriguez sued him for $50,000, alleging he shoved her downstairs at the Plaza Hotel over a $47 champagne charge at 2:30 a.m. on August 15. She suffered a sprained wrist and bruised ribs. O.J. had been drinking with 2 women. The case settled quietly in January 1974 to protect his Hertz and Wilson endorsements. Postseason, on February 14, 1974, O.J. demanded $1 million annually, from $150,000, a no-trade clause, private jet use, and $25,000 per 100-yard game. Talks collapsed. He held out 67 days, skipping camp while teammates trained in 95-degree heat. He appeared on The Tonight Show for $15,000. Fans burned his jersey, ticket sales fell 23%. The Bills relented with $733,358 plus bonuses, the first $700,000 plus salary, and a personal masseuse for road games. From 1974 to 1977, he defied odds. In 1975, he rushed for 1,117 yards in 14 games despite the Bills winning only 2. Defenses knew he'd run, yet couldn't stop him. The quarterback threw for just 1,300 yards, no other back reached 400. O.J. scored 23 of the team's rushing touchdowns. In 1978, the Bills traded him to the 49ers for 5 draft picks, including 2 first-rounders. He gained 1,053 yards in his first season but arrived 25 pounds overweight, prioritizing movie scripts over the playbook. Teammates nicknamed him Juice Box Office. By his 1979 retirement, he had 11,236 rushing yards, remarkable given his losing teams. His 1973 record came behind a small offensive line. In 1976, he ran for 275 yards against Pittsburgh, mostly in a blowout loss. He played his final 3 seasons with chronic knee pain, relying on illegal cortisone. In November 1977 against the Jets, he tore his ACL, MCL, and partially separated his kneecap. Injected with an experimental, later banned drug, he returned for a 45-yard touchdown, dropping a fake limp. He used the drug in 6 more games despite addiction risks. Post-retirement, NBC paid him $500,000 annually as a broadcaster despite no experience, to rival ABC's Don Meredith. He relied on teleprompters and struggled live. In 1978, charged with assaulting a bartender, NBC paid $15,000 to drop it. His 1974 film debut was The Klansman, playing a black man avenging racist assault. Raw and controversial, it barely broke even. He drew on childhood racism. In 1977's Roots, his slave catcher role in a brutal assault scene drew 3,000 complaints and death threats. It broke him emotionally but reached 130 million viewers. In 1978's Capricorn 1, a Mars conspiracy thriller, he broke his ankle but finished scenes, insisting on 47 takes for one, adding $200,000 to the budget. Critics found him stiff. That year, Goldie and the Boxer earned a People's Choice nomination. Hertz made him iconic, running through airports and ads. He earned $1.5 million annually, more than his NFL salary, and devised stunts. From 1975 to 1994, over 30 spots grew Hertz's market share from 35% to 42%. A 1980 LAX ad prompted copycat warnings. He was the top black spokesperson until Michael Jordan died in 1980. George Lucas offered an Empire Strikes Back cameo, a stormtrooper revealing OJ's face. His agent demanded $500,000 for 3 days. Lucas scrapped it. OJ wanted visibility, costing him merchandise deals. His 1985 O.J. Simpson Bronco footballs injured quarterbacks with wobbles. Sued for $500,000, he settled. The product failed. O.J. met Marguerite Whitley at Galileo High. They married June 24, 1967, at 19. Daughter Arnell was born January 4, 1968, son Jason in April 1970. Tragedy struck August 18, 1979, when 23-month-old daughter Erin drowned in their pool, dying 8 days later. O.J. and Marguerite divorced in March 1979. He had already met 18-year-old Nicole Brown in 1977 at a Beverly Hills club where she waitressed. On January 1, 1989, at 3:58 a.m., Nicole called 911 from their Rockingham home, saying O.J. would beat the shit out of me. Police found her in bushes, in a bra and sweatpants, with a split lip, black eye, and hand-shaped neck bruises. O.J. had yelled he didn't want her in his bed. He pleaded no contest to spousal abuse, receiving 120 hours community service, a $200 fine, and counseling. The judge noted his arrogance. Nicole stayed 3 more years, fearing permanent departure. They married February 2, 1985, in a $500,000 wedding with 400 guests. Sydney was born October 17, 1985, Justin, August 6, 1988. O.J. controlled Nicole obsessively. Post-1992 separation, he hired wiretapping convict Anthony Pellicano for $100,000 monthly to track her, installing Ferrari trackers and photographing her dates. A friend said O.J. dreamed of killing her and stalked restaurants. Denise documented 17 harassment incidents from 1992 to 1994. Divorce finalized October 15, 1992. By 1991, finances crumbled. Hertz ended his $550,000 annual deal. Divorce cost $500,000 plus $10,000 monthly support. He rented Rockingham for $12,000 per month. NBC pay dropped to $750,000. He owed $180,000 in taxes, borrowed $300,000 against his pension, cashed Heisman insurance for $75,000, and sold memorabilia. He charged for charity appearances. Associates distanced themselves. Few knew of his 1986 vasectomy. Nicole wanted another child. He reversed it in 1987 for $15,000, leading to Justin's birth. In 1993 therapy, a leaked report showed O.J. admitting control issues rooted in poverty and his father's abandonment. He kept journals on Nicole's clothes, movements, and contacts. He confessed steroid use in football, possibly fueling rage and violent dreams of control. On June 12, 1994, Nicole, 35, and Ron Goldman, 25, were stabbed outside her Bundy Drive condo. Nicole had multiple wounds and a slashed throat. Ron had 30 defensive injuries. O.J. flew to Chicago at 11:45 p.m. with fresh handcuts. Murders occurred 10:15 to 10:40 p.m. Blood was found at the scene, on a glove at his estate, and in his Bronco. Nicole's 911 call showed motive. On June 17, instead of surrendering, O.J. and L. Cowlings led a 90-minute slow-speed Bronco chase watched by 95 million. O.J. held a .357 Magnum, $8,850 cash, a disguise, and passport. Cowlings warned of suicide. Robert Kardashian read O.J.'s note, "I've had a great life." The chase ended at 8 p.m. After orange juice and calling his mother, O.J. was arrested. The trial began January 24, 1995, lasting 134 days, the trial of the century. Judge Lance Ito presided. Defense included Johnny Cochran and Robert Shapiro, prosecution, Marcia Clark and Christopher Darden. The glove demo failed to fit. Cochran said, "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit." Defense alleged evidence tampering and racism via Detective Mark Furman. After 4 hours, a mostly black jury acquitted O.J. The verdict divided America racially. In 1997, a civil trial found him liable, awarding $33.5 million, $12.5 million to Goldman's. O.J. declared bankruptcy, used Florida homestead laws to protect his $575,000 home, and paid less than 1%, $500,000. His Heisman was seized. He lived comfortably, golfing and taking paid appearances. In 2006, "If I did it," described the hypothetical murder with a $600,000 advance. Outrage cancelled it, rights went to Goldman's, who republished it as "I Did It." O.J. mentioned a non-existent Charlie in detailed knives, seen as a veiled confession. In 2007, O.J. led an armed memorabilia recovery in Las Vegas, earning 33 years for robbery and kidnapping. He served 9 at Lovelock, cleaning gyms, earning $10 monthly, coaching softball, and running fantasy football. Inmates couldn't watch the O.J. documentary. He gained weight early. Paroled October 1, 2017, at 70. He lived in a gated Las Vegas community, golfing quietly. In May 2023, he announced prostate cancer, claiming successful chemo. In 2024, hospice rumors arose, he denied them, quoting Trump on media distrust. Goldman's received $132,000, interest pushed the debt over $100 million. His NFL pension remained protected. O.J. died April 10, 2024, at 76, from metastatic prostate cancer in Las Vegas, surrounded by family. His lawyer said he was relaxed, drinking beer weeks prior. Cremated, his ashes became jewelry for his children, rings, urns, costing $4,243 with services. His $3 million estate sparked fights, his lawyer blocked Goldman claims, and a $500,000 California tax lien emerged. Inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1985, his legacy remains tied to the trial, exposing America's racial divides. Some saw him as a victim of police corruption, others believed Nicole and Ron were denied justice. One editor called it a Rorschach test of national perception. O.J. once said, "I'm not black, I'm O.J." Journalist Ralph Wiley wrote that white America, not black, made him a hero, and watched that image collapse.